little temple, the underground, where the party children are waiting, and there's no contemplating at the underground. The divas start screaming, and oh how the boys are bathing, where your feet can take to flight, and the DJ makes it right.
And since she's the last one, fuck her backwards.
This is setting. Sad and setting. Sad and setting. Sad and setting.
present, which is what there is and all there is. My identity is not what it was.
Don't wake up. Don't wake up.
since I was a kid, and when I was a shit. Feel like the rock. Ever since I was a jit, and when I was a shit. Feel like the rock. Ever since I was a jit, and when I was a shit.
Feel the bass running in my blood. The melody is a holy drug. 'Cause rhythm is an act of God, of God. Feel the bass running in my blood. 'Cause rhythm is an act of God.
Drop the bass and hide away. I count money every day. I count money every day. the bass and hide away. I count money every day. Darkness in my vision's always night. It ain't ever day. You ain't never close to safe when step into a real G. Demons in my spirit making choices for a mystery. Drop the bass and hide away. I count money every day. Darkness in my vision's always night. It ain't ever day. Drop the bass and hide away. I count money every day. Darkness in my vision's always night. It ain't ever day. Every day, every day, every day, every day, drop the bass and hide away. I count money every day. I count money every day. It ain't never day. I count money every day. It ain't never day.
Rock to the rhythm of the beat.
God is a DJ.
So Akash, thanks for an amazing set.
That's a pleasure, brother.
I have a few questions for you. And firstly, starting off, playing at Dimna Lake, what was it like? What did you feel like? And how was it different from any other sort of experience you've had playing before?
So now, Royal, if you check out the time, it's just 7:26 at the moment, and we started this shoot at around 6 o'clock.
Yes, we left home at 3:30.
So you see there's positive vibes out here, like whole natural beauty. Over there you can see the water, over there you can see some mountains, and I don't think so like any other place in Jamshedpur has got such beautiful natural beauty. Some fresh air, fresh vibes. You see some people walking here and there, some people jogging out. So yeah, it's definitely a very positive and a very motivated feeling.
Definitely. Looking at the reaction of all the people who live here and who got to experience something like this for the first time was also very sort of shocking, but at the same time everything turned out really well. And moving on to that, adding on to that, one question about India's role in electronic music. And we've all seen that there's a lot of artists and beautiful songs, music coming out of India. In your opinion, in locations like these, where do you see sort of India's role in electronic music and us progressing within this sort of music genre?
India is a land of hidden gems. There are many artists in India who are not able to, who weren't able to actually come in front of the public, but at the same time now the scenes are changing in India. You must be seeing all the national and international artists are also dropping in every month. There are 20-25 parties only happening with national international artists. Let it be Bangalore, let it be Goa, let it be anywhere. India is booming in this thing at the moment. And I believe the things which India is doing at the moment, it's gonna be, in the next few years it's gonna be on the top.
Yes.
I don't know whether it's gonna be next to Germany or not, but yeah, definitely.
Of course.
Definitely, India is climbing.
Yes. And you as an artist, what genres do you like playing? Considering the vibe, considering BPMs, and generally, what kind of music do you love playing as an
being
artist?
an artist, I actually enjoy playing some high BPM music. So my preferred genre is house and techno, basically.
Right.
So I don't like playing much of house music, but at the same time I like more of techno.
Yes.
And I do high BPM techno. But people over here in India are not enjoying that high BPM music at the moment. But let's see in future.
Yeah.
I love acid techno, man.
Yes.
I want to play that.
Maybe we
somewhere.
do a set, acid techno set sometime.
Definitely, people. One acid techno set from Royal's side is coming soon for everyone. Just stay tuned.
Last question, amazing. Last question on you. If you could describe everything we did today in 1 or 2 words, just a word or two which sums up the first ever sort of session we've had at Echo Haus.
Perfect morning for an artist like me, DJ, and wonderful experience, brother. Such positive vibes out here, such good natural beauty, it's so peaceful. You see the birds chirping. Perfect morning. What could be better than that?
Perfect. Thanks so much for your time and stay tuned.